Illusionary Berserker.
I'm learning the names, guys.
It's alright, don't worry. It's Great Sword 4. There you go.
Yeah.
Alright,
here we go.
Game is starting. You can watch the splits here.
We are going to see Elementalist boss being thrown out here as well. It's going to be Swiftness being thrown out here as well as Might and Fury, or Fury, a little bit of Fury coming out over here for the blue team, opening up the map to see where they're going. And blue team's going to cross again. JBUO was doing this last game as well, so we're going to see it happen again.
You're actually seeing, looks like BAM is kind of in place, or DPS IRL is in place to counter it. Actually, I don't see anyone going mid, so they kind of read they read what was going to happen here. They did their homework.
They definitely did their homework. They got probably caught under from the last matches. Actually, they sort of knew it was coming now, and had the inclination to check that up on them and counter that successfully.
Khan taking a ton of damage here. He actually jumps out of his sanctuary, trying to spam his heals. He actually is not going to stay up, so he actually burned his cooldown on his Tome of Courage. He's not going to be able. Actually, he gets stomped out right away. This is very unfortunate. I don't think JBUO was able to react to that situation well enough. I think they probably should have disengaged that side fight and probably pushed in towards mid.
Now, yet neither teams are on mid. We are seeing it out, but actually, Vendetta, who is a defensive ranger, and keep that in mind, BM Ranger has to go over to middle in order to keep that to cap that in favor of his team. It did get a full cap, but he has left the point, and he is going to pay the consequence for that now because we do have the Elementalist Griffin from the red team moving over to Henge. He's going to decap that. The Guardian from the blue team is going to be moving on to Henge now to counter that, so they will keep that point. However, there is now a fight on middle. Blue team's Guardian is not there to tank it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of support. I mean, obviously, we already have Skovix down from JBUO, and not having that Guardian mid as well is going to be a huge detriment to their team fight. Just to support the Guardian, you put out with the on-demand stability, and even, I guess you already used that Elite there, but if he had that Elite in that fight, if he hadn't used it so selfishly before, it would have been a huge fight turner. We see Miralax over here actually trying to take out Svanir as well, actually, using good use of those blind fields, just making sure he can making sure that he doesn't get hit by that boss. He's actually able to take that boss out, and actually, you know, as rough as that fight went in mid, JBUO was actually up 75-33.
Yeah, I mean, even without that boss kill, they would have been up. That was actually Miralax completely. Keep in mind, that was the enemy team's boss that they took there. And red team left mid open for the taking.
Oh, we getting a decap here? Oh, decap by Miralax. Very nice plays by Miralax so far. Not really engaging in these team fights, but you know, obviously he got that boss kill. Now he's getting a decap on mid. You know, preventing red team from getting any points, or blue team rather from getting any points at this point, or red team rather. My goodness.
He's doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I really don't think red team's caught on to it yet. I mean, he's stolen their boss. He's capped mid in favor of his team, and he's probably ganked one or two people as well that we just haven't caught it yet. He's gonna leave now, and look, he's switching it again. He's going to mine now. The engineer doesn't. The engineer from the red team, Happy Kid, really doesn't see this coming, and they're really just gonna trade points again.
Very nice play by Miralax, carrying hard. You know, just 2 days ago, I'm gonna throw him under the bus here. Just 2 days ago, Miralax was still running Dagger. Don't worry, guys. I set him straight, so he's running the correct builds now. But yeah, these guys have come so far in just in the past like 3 days.
And we do have a pretty big team fight actually erupting over here at Henge. Interesting choice for a team fight again. Both these teams seem to be very focused on side point caps, not really looking to the middle for capping. So we're going to see this fight erupt here, and it looks like red team's going to get the first down, but with knockbacks and CCs to spare, they will get him up with no trouble whatsoever. They are, however, on the losing side, health-wise, just generally in the team. Ellen Arai and H-Necro are still pretty low here, and they don't really have heals coming up anytime soon. H-Necro just popped his, and he is also using his Death Shroud now. Yeah, one thing to note here is that Team BAM still has Signet of Undeath from H-Man. So if any one of their teammates goes down, H-Man's going to be able to get him up almost immediately here. Whereas on JBUO, they've already used the Spirit, the Res Spirit from the Elite from Vendetta. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and disengage and just give it up to JBUO. Looks like it.
Looks like
has taken middle.
Yeah, looks like Happy Kid did come into mid and cap that. So we actually have 2 cap again for JBUO, coming out pretty dominant against his team right now.
And then we're gonna see. Look at this interesting split here. We're gonna see. It looks like they're falling back to mine as well as moving up to mid to defend. We do have the Ranger Vendetta from JBU taking on the Chieftain now with no one to contest. He's more than likely gonna kill it. It's gonna take him a while, but he will kill that with no trouble. However, Griffin is in trouble here. He has 2 members of JBU coming, and he only has himself to defend here. He will take hits from the Basilisk Venom. He's going to get stunned here now, but...
Doing a pretty good job so far. He drops into Earth here to try to prevent most of that damage from the protection proc you get from swapping attunements. Miralax coming in. He's going to have to definitely watch out for Miralax trying to come in for that burst. Doing a really good job staying on point, though. He does have a lot of connies on him. He pops his misform here, but he actually does have Ellen Airy coming in. He gets the Scepter 4 pull in, actually gets a ton of damage on Miralax. Very nice play by, I believe that's Ellen Airy.
Miralax was unfortunately countered there. He took a lot of damage and he had to waste his heal, unfortunately. He still does have his Shadow Refuge up, which he's going to use now to get himself a little bit more health back. But he actually has been countered here in this fight pretty well, and red team is going to take this point now, and they'll start to gain a bit of a lead back. Keep in mind, guys, blue team is up by a little over 100 points right now. The bosses are starting to come back up now. A red team who is down in points is going to be holding the capture advantage right now. Let's see what Miralax, if Miralax chooses to go for the boss again. I don't think he is. I think he's going to move over to the middle to support that for his team, as it's sort of just a one-on-one right now between a Guardian and a Ranger. So more than likely the Guardian's going to come out on top there, so we do have support from both sides coming in here.
Yeah, Bam is sitting their elementals on back point right now. Looks like he's just finally starting to move off here, but they were kind of negating Miralax getting that decamp there. He actually looks like Miralax actually goes in for some big burst up on Happy Kid. He actually lands a lot of damage on him. They actually get him down. They seem to make sure they can get that damage. He actually has Elixir R down just in time, gets himself up here. They need a little bit more cleave damage from JBO to make sure they can get Happy Kid down, but not bad. Not bad. They actually got a lot of burning on him right now. They're throwing a lot of connies. They're going to try to tunnel him as hard as they can right now, just try to get him down out of this fight.
Yeah, it looks to be that red team is gonna. It looks, from my point of view, at least, it looks like red team is more likely gonna successfully defend this. They
actually they get the res on Happy Kid again. Very nice job by Bam.
Well, Da Vinci's holding on pretty strong here in the middle. He's actually not really the focus of the blue team, much to his regret. And blue team, here's the thing though, is that red team is on the losing end of this fight, like health-wise, but in terms of organization, it seems that they're winning this fight. As JBU is sort of all over the place, they really don't have a structured capture right now. They're trying to focus on Happy Kid, but their positioning is just, in my opinion, is not where it needs to be right now.
Happy Kid down again. Actually, we get the stomp out from Skovex. Very nice stomp from Skovex there. Getting enough cleave damage from everyone on the team. Skovex over from the stomp. Happy Kid is down. Going to put this fight in advantage for JBUL right now. Da Vinci's actually getting really low right now as well. Going to probably drop down here just momentarily, and they should be in position to get him down.
Their Mesmer has also been going down. Eleanor Ree has just one down off the plate, and the Thief on the blue team will be stomping him. Little Da Vinci actually just managed to get up there.
I believe H-Man actually landed the Signet Res just in time. Wow. Just before he went down. An amazing clutch play by H-Man, but unfortunately, Da Vinci's going to go down here just momentarily, and that's going to be it. Unless he can get a res up here, but I just don't think it's going to happen from Griffin. And definitely not. But regardless, very clutch play from H-Man. You know, just keeping that point, or keeping Da Vinci up a little bit longer. Unfortunately, it didn't really pan out for him.
And it looks like that red team is going to take that point now. Actually, sorry, blue team will be taking that point. They still do have Griffin hanging on in the middle, though, and it generally is starting to spread out now, however. Looking over here now, we do have a 2-on-2 about to erupt over here. We have the Thief, Miralax. Miralax will be, actually, he's going to pull out, interestingly enough. And
it's always a good decision to pull out. Alright, back over here in mid. Yeah, so look, still we have Khan and Griffin going at it. It's going to be kind of an interesting fight here. He did use his Lightning Flash to get back on point after Khan banished him off. Nice play there. Actually, Griffin goes down. Miralax is Skovex rather, putting a ton of damage on Griffin. Does not have time to respond. So they should have a full cap for JBU on mid just here shortly. Interesting to note, they actually, I would say Bam's doing a pretty good job of coming back at this point. They're actually only about 60 points down right now. Definitely could still bring it back.
Yeah, it looks like it could really, again, and both these teams are showing very even. We do have a lot of conditions from the Necromancer on the red team being thrown over on the blue team now. It's really going to hurt them now, and it's also be cleansed. I can't tell who has that null field down, but it looks as though it actually goes in favor of the red team now, because there's still plenty of conditions to be thrown over on the blue team.
Let's go see what Vin's doing. Vin's over here fighting 1v1 against Griffin. Still looks like he is actually able to get that point back. So, again, a 2-cap in favor of JBO right now, and Bam has no points. Ooh, Griffin actually pops. Looks like he pops Tornado. Ooh, let me get on his vision here. Actually, let me go back over to mid-fight. Looks like mid-fight's getting pretty crazy over here. Looks like they actually have Khan down. Pure Bay gets stomped out as well. We should have Bam claiming this point here just momentarily, giving them 1 cap.
Miralax again looking over here to Miralax. He's dinging spawn here again in favor of his team, really showing he can take that. They're going to grab that, and he's going to move back over to what appears to be middle point now. So Miralax again showing his really just his sneakiness as a thief here. He can really jump around a lot, and the enemy is not even seeing a lot of this happen half the time. It's really good at it.
And Miralax definitely using the mobility of the Thief very, very well. Very effectively, you know, going in for those sneak kills on those bosses, going around the long way around the map, also getting the decaps there. Been very crucial this game. I think that's why they're so far ahead right now.
Yeah.
Vendetta going for their boss right now. Should have it no problem. I don't see anyone in position to kind of come in here. Looks like we actually do see, I believe that's Khan coming in with a train on him. I'm going to the wrong person here. Khan coming in with the train, got looks like Griffin and H-Man coming in, but actually he was able to get it no problem. I gotta stop saying that word. So they do have that the extra boss kill there, but we actually see 2 cap points coming out for Bam.
I really think that Miralax has been one of the crucial points here to how Blue Team has been coming out on top. He's stolen 2 bosses, so right there, that's 50 points that he's gotten for his team, which would extend this lead a lot less than it is now. They're over 100 points now. It's looking pretty safe for them, so more than likely they are going to take this first round. But Miralax has really been amazing at backcapping, denying, and just in general being something to be in the way for Team BAM. We haven't seen him a lot in team fights, but when he has been, he's been performing very well. Actually, GG was just called by Red Team, so Blue Team will take the first round.
Indeed. Really good game, first round.
Yeah, really good game. It really showed his strength there. Red Team, I really don't think was ready for Miralax's. I'm trying to think of a better word for this. His sleuthiness.
Sleuthiness? Is he investigative?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't think of a better word.
His covertness, I don't know. But it's really interesting to see how JBO reacted at the very beginning of this match here. BAM knew what was coming, and they countered with 4-man, sitting there waiting for it to happen. And actually, I really thought at the very beginning that JBO's original strat was not going to pan out, and they're going to really have a hard time in this game. But again, with Miralax's great play on getting those boss kills, his great play on getting those decaps on those nodes, really brought the win in pretty easily. Yeah. Over 150 point deficit here for the Red Team.
So it's gonna be, and look at Miralax's points.
Oh man, getting carried by Miralax.
I mean, the points usually don't matter, but we can see just off of that how much decapping, boss killing, and in general kills he's been getting this match, and it's really shown in terms of the score. So Red Team's definitely gonna have to adjust to that for the next match, and they're gonna have to change up their strategy a bit if they want to counter him more.
Guild Wars 2 PvP, where the combat's hard to follow and the points don't matter. It's my Whose Line It's Anyways impression. Don't worry about it.
But anyway, so how do you think Red Team's going to change up the strategy? Do you think they're going to be playing a lot more defensive now because of the way Miralax has been sneaking in, or?
Well, I'm curious to see if we actually see BAM, or pardon me, if we see JBUO go in for the 4-man push on the far node again. Obviously, we saw last time they got countered. So I'm not sure if they're going to change their strategy, but in the end, it still worked out for them, so it could go either way. I don't know. It really just depends on how they decide to react.
Yeah. But we are going to waste no time here, and I think we can give the teams go ahead right away, right? Nothing else?
Let's get it going, man.
Clickety clack. And as soon as these teams are ready up, guys, we're going to get right into it. And yeah, so it should be fun to see. Round 2 here. If JBUO wins this one, they'll move on to the finals. Take on Team Doesn't Matter.
I'm going to spam the...
Our polls?
There's the poll again. There's the poll. And, okay. I guess I'm supposed to give someone mod. 1 second here. They want Carl to be the mod. 1 sec.
Carl?
Oh, someone already made a mod, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, perfect.
He has a sword.
Okay, so just waiting on Da Vinci to ready up.
Yep. I have like 3 different drinks near me, and I have to like chug them all down so I don't lose my voice.
I only have 1. I should probably take a drink. Match is starting.
Yeah, here we go, guys. Round 2 out of a possible 3. Jesus Beat Us Once versus Team DPS IRL, as they're known in here. Bam!
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 We got Bam and Booty and I like it. I like those team names. All right, watching the split coming out. Could see JBO go for the 4-man push on far node. Actually, looks like we're going to see it again. Looks like they're probably sending Vin over to Waterfall and pushing 4 too far. Looks like BAM is going to counter with another 4-man push over to their close point, trying to counter that push in by JBUO.
And we did have a full go Shadow Refuge there. So Red Team, 4 members of Team JBU are going to move in here again. I think, again, Team BAM saw this coming, though. So they're going to be there and ready to counter it.
We see an immediate plague come out from H-Man, going in with the plague on point, going to spam those misses, going to try to tilt the team fight in his favor. Not a bad decision.
Early, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, it was not a bad decision. I guess he was trying to avoid the burst here, but in a team fight on such a small node, not a bad idea. H-Man's getting trained down pretty hardcore right now. He's taking a lot of damage. JBO definitely picking the Necromancer just because of the lack of disengage, being able to train him down as hard as they can. Actually, they get him down. Skoex is actually going for the mist stomp. Actually, gonna get it no problem. Over here on point, Happy Kid and Alienary and Griffin still on this point. I think we had, that was Da Vinci and Khan go mid, right?
Yeah. We did actually have Ooh, I do apologize. Little Da Vinci actually did manage to cap the point. I think Khan actually pulled off.
Oh, you're right. Khan is on Quarry, rather, fighting Griffin with Skovex.
Yeah. So they let Little Da Vinci get that middle point, and I think that Vendetta sort of came over once he grabbed Waterfall to counter it. Yep, we're seeing Vendetta fall back now, but it did not happen fast enough. And now we're going to see Miralax actually group up here, try to take out Happy Kid. Yeah, when the fights, again, guys, the beginning of these matches can be somewhat slow. So as we're seeing now, the fight is starting to gravitate a little more to mid. We're going to see blue team sort of stack up here on this ledge again.
Well, I think the beginning matches are actually pretty interesting to me, to be honest. You see these teams try to run a certain strat, like going for far, and then you see the other team counter it. I was kind of looking to see JBO maybe alter their strategy a little bit, but it looks like it still worked out for the best. I mean, they're definitely winning the fight over on Quarry. Khan's going to take that just shortly here, and they'll probably swap out, maybe have Vincent on that point, but he is pretty busy over there on Waterfall at the moment.
Yeah, Miralax, again, being sneaky here, up on this platform, actually. Sort of just throwing in twos from his short
Pops his Basilisk Venom. He's going to go in for some crazy burst on H-Man right now. H-Man actually popped his Death Row just in time.
Nice counter by H-Man.
Yeah, going to negate a lot of that damage there, but he's still training them pretty hard. Let's see if they can get H-Man down here just next couple seconds here before he gets his heal back up. Miralax actually, ooh, I need to start saying that word, man, but it looks like he decides to disengage. Did get pretty low there. He sits in his refuge here, going to wait for his heal to come back up. He's got about 3 seconds left on it. Might see him come back in and try to burst someone back down in mid.
Yep, and again, Team BAM unfortunately really can only hold mid right now. Team JBU is exercising, again, and a lot of teams have been doing this today, good control over their opposing team. It's one of the main factors that can contribute to your win or loss this game, is how how good you can see the enemy team and how much control you can exercise over them. If you're able to see where your enemies are at all times and really keep them in the spots you want them to be in, you really are going to have the ability to sort of move them around to where you want them at. And in general, that'll lead to you winning, because you're going to push them into ganks, you're going to push them into team fights that they won't be able to do, and it really just will work out in your favor. As we're seeing now with JBUO pushing, actually it's sort of countering against them now, because BAM is going to be moving in here, and I think JBU got a bit too greedy with this, and
Vin doing a really good job staying alive, though. Pure's throwing out a ton of heals. He's running that Cleric's Amulet, going to give him a lot of sustain. A lot of sustain coming out, and Vin is able to stay on point. They actually looks like they might be able to live through this. H-Man's getting really low. If they can get a stomp on him, I don't think they're going to have enough cleave damage to keep him down. No, actually, Pure goes down in return here. And
again, we're just seeing the pure power of this sort of Ranger, the amount of regen. We just saw 3 conditions get cleansed without even him having to do anything about it. This pure power of Signet of the Wild is amazing, the amount of regen he's able to get on his own. Oh, they tried to knock him off point there, but it unfortunately didn't go as well as Da Vinci would have hoped, but Vendetta will be going down anyway, and they'll take that point back.
All right, we have H-Man and Elinari coming back into mid. We have Sko, Khan, and Miralax for JBO sitting on point right now. Sko's getting pretty low here. Probably going to be the first target. I guess that would be the most logical target for them to go for.
Yeah, and it looks like actually it's unfortunately
I'm going to say very nice misform by Skovex, actually negating all of the burst damage from Elinari right there. Yeah. That was very nice.
We are actually seeing JBU sort of flip around now. It seems, again, with the control aspect, BAM is sort of doing it to JBU now. It was, at the beginning of the game, it was sort of reversed this, but now BAM is really split up JBU. They're not really in a good position now.
They do stomp out Khan midpoint. Looks like they're going to move towards Waterfall, make sure they get that defended. So we will see a two-point cap coming out for BAM right now. They'll have mid and they'll have Waterfall here. Actually, pardon me, I take that back. JBUO goes in hard on that point. Taking out, I believe they took out Griffin there. He actually is in his misform there. They're going to take him out. Da Vinci's going to try to get the res buff off on him. Don't think it's going to happen, though. They do. Vin gets a stomp off on him, so they're actually down a player now, and JBUO is going to cap that Waterfall back as they get someone back on point to decap that.
Moving over to, actually, look at Quarry, actually. We've had this 1v1 going on for a while. Both of these people are getting very low here. I think Pure is actually sort of coming to the end of his reign. No, both teams, there is a bit of a stalemate. And unfortunately, it is a bit of a wasted time here for Happy because he's not able to get this decap rolling. But we do have reinforcements coming in now. H-Man and LNRE are going to come in here and more than likely take out Pure Bass. He's exhausted almost all of his cooldowns.
Does pop his misform. He's going to opt to stay on point and just try to keep bunkering it. The funny thing about this build is that like you get him so low and you're like, oh, we got this. We're going to kill the Elementalist. And then he full heals.
And then he waterforms.
Yeah, and it's just they have so much sustain and they have so many defensive capabilities just with their cantrips that they can just stand on point for so long. Moving back over here to mid, looks like they're going to try to all-in on H-Man possibly. He's really low. He's got a lot of economies on him. Skovex tries to land and bring speed on him. Doesn't actually land it. He gets the fire grab off on him, though, doing a ton of damage. They're going to try to res him up. They get him up in time. They don't have the JBO does not have the cleave damage to keep H-Man down.
They use the Sanctuary, but unfortunately they are going to pay the consequences of it because now there's a lot of conditions being thrown on them. They managed to cleanse a lot of them, but H-Necro is once again low. A Happy Kid is somewhat low. He just used his heals. And again, JVUO actually taking a lot of conditions. I actually need to check if H-Necro used his Epidemic. I cannot see that, but there was a lot of conditions that just got thrown out on the blue team, and it really hurt them there. So they are at a little bit of a lower health pool right now. Purba is also down. That's back over at the...
believe
quarry though.
H-Man goes down for the third time. They don't have the cleave damage to stop it once again. They're going to try to get... Vendetta tried. I think he went for the Frenzy Stop there. Did not land it in time. But again, H-Man's gone down 3 times in mid. Just a testament to how great BAM's team play is right now. Getting these reses off at the crucial times.
Yeah. Like we've seen before, H-Necro, a lot of things is contributing is the fact that despite him being a Necro, he doesn't have a lot of way to cleanse his own conditions. I mean, he can eat all of his conditions once every 25 seconds, but in general, it's not really going to lead you out to be somewhat of a reliable thing unless you're stepping in your Mark IV.
I missed a pretty clutch play over here from Control. I saw from far away. Looks like he popped into his Tome of Courage. Actually got the 5 heal off. Definitely tilted the fight in their favor. Was able to preserve himself and Pure Bay. It looks like they actually might win this fight here. He's got a lot of commodities going off on him. He doesn't have a lot of cooldowns left. They need to get a stomp here. Pure is... I think he just popped his misform. They're actually going to disengage here. And, oh, man. Actually, I don't know, man. It's hard to call. They're just going to... It looks like Sko's just going to do some damage on Control's corpse. Try to punish him as much as possible for going in for that stomp. They're going to disengage now here as well.
Back over at the middle, just to move your attention there real quick, Da Vinci is actually taking on Miralax and Vendetta. Vendetta has chosen to leave Waterfall completely wide open, so a Happy Kid is really going to be forced to fall back there. Miralax is also going to fall back here now because he doesn't want his point getting decapped, and also he's getting somewhat low as well, so he's definitely going to want to fall back there and keep himself from going down.
Nice jukes by Miralax, moving up to the Waterfall, making him think he's going that way. He actually disengaged and moved over towards, looks like, gonna be red base. I don't know. I don't know if they're maybe popping the door down. They are in position to take the Lord.
He looks...
Looks like we might be grouping up. We got Sko.
The door's already down. The door is already down for JBU, but it doesn't look like they're going to want to go in for it yet.
Okay. I mean, the game is definitely in their favor right now. They have the option of doing whatever they like, and I can't blame them for the decision-making right now.
I think they could have done it, the two of them. Because I think Red Team was out of position in order to counter it, is the reason I feel that they could have done it there.
Very possibly.
But who am I?
No, very possibly. You might be right. You might be right. I mean, these decisions clearly affect the outcome of these games. It looks like Vin's actually going to go down, maybe off a point. Oh, get on point.
Rilek's actually going for the decap here against Ellen Ree. He may manage to get it because he sort of caught Ellen off guard. And no! The focus 4 is he's going to pull him off, and he's not going to be able to get that decap going. Very unfortunate for him. Back over to the Waterfall, though.
Vin doing an awesome job of staying alive. Obviously, with Khan's help here. Skovex is obviously throwing heals up with his water attunement. But, just really great sustain on this point. They do have Khan go down, unfortunately, so it's going to be definitely tipped into the other team's favor, but not bad.
And you mentioned earlier that Vendetta's still somewhat new to Beastmaster, correct?
Yes, very new. He's old school Ranger, but new to Beastmaster.
He's doing a very good job at it. For how new he is. You said within the last few days, correct?
Correct. It looks like Skovex actually misforms into mid in with his downstate 2. Miralax and Purebay actually able to get the res up off on him. He was in the... I gotta stop saying that word. He was in the Shadow Refuge, so he's still stealth. Ares trying to follow him, but looks like he's going to get to Quarry, get the decap.
There is no portal there, so he's in a race now with Ellen. Control is actually going to keep him off the point, so Skovex will get this decap. Nice play by JBUO. They will pull him off, but the damage has already been done. Ellen is going to have to fight this 3v1 now. It will be 3v2 in just a second once a Happy Kid gets in this fight, but it may not be quick enough as his cooldowns are exhausting here pretty quickly.
And keep in mind that the staggering lead that JBO had before is definitely diminishing. They're only ahead by about 20 points right now, and JBO is currently not generating any points. They do not have a single cap point. They might get Quarry back here momentarily. Actually, they get the Elixir R-Res up, but now they're both down. So they're going to lose this point here. JBO is going to recap Quarry, putting the caps at 1-1. Moving back over here to mid, we have Purifying Griffin.
Oh, and oh my god, it was a terrible call there. But the Signet of Undeath just came in there by H-Man. They managed to res both those members up. They managed to turn this fight completely around. Both the members are up now. Miralax has gone down, I believe, is also on this point. Completely turned the fight around. Amazing play by H-Man there with that Signet of Undeath. He managed to bring them completely back up and turn that fight entirely around for his team. Nice job there by H-Man.
H-Man, not just a one-trick warrior. Very nice play.
Very nice play indeed by H-Man. They're going to knock out Control and actually leave him there to bleed. Da Vinci will be stomping him there. And very nice play. Neither teams are interested in a Lord Claw at the moment. We're not seeing any players around them for the time being. I think that JBU is going to play this safe. They have 1 point now. I think that it may come down to whoever ninjas a Lord and or whoever rushes this play here. Quarry is now open, and we do actually see Miralax moving in for Griffin, and Miralax is going to race to this point. If Miralax gets their frozen decaps, that's pretty much going to allow JBU to take this game.
We did see a pretty deadly Corrupt Boon come out onto Skovex from H-Man, definitely pushing him off point there. Griffin over here on back point, just holding this point down. It looks like Miralax is going to disengage.
Now, JBU has to keep in mind here that they cannot die really either because the lead is so close. There's going to be another about 18 seconds before they win this, but they can't really die either because red team is so close. If they wipe 2 or 3 of them, the lead will completely turn around against them. Just 10 seconds left, 8 seconds now, 6 seconds, and they'll take this game and move on into the finals. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to turn the lead around. And with a very close game.
Khan's going for the res on Pure Bay. Looks like they're going to try to get the stomp, and they don't get it in time. That's going to put them down. Pure Bay on mid. Also Skovex. Ooh, I think the window is opening up for JBO, maybe to push in for the Lord, because Bam's going to, just very shortly here, he's going to cap mid. It looks like they're also pushing into Waterfall. Yeah, we're going to see Elinari try to get a free cap there. Vendetta's going to try to get there in time, but I'm not sure. He's getting zoned out by Happy Kid right now. Might be able to get there before the, actually, the Focus 4's pull is down. Let's see if that pulls him off point. Does not pull him off point, so he's actually able to make it in time. Going to keep the point in their favor, but he actually does go down in the meantime, meaning they're going to cap this point free cap.
And neither team, again, no one going for the Lord Rush, and I'm actually somewhat surprised how close this is now. JBU are now down, actually. They did manage to steal Quarry back for their team. The other 2 points are still contested. The red team again getting the second point. JBU's options are running thin here, and yeah, they might have to actually go for the Lord Rush now.
All right, I see Miralax coming around. Looks like he's going for Lord. Miralax going for Lord.
It looks like it.
I think Griffin saw him, though. Griffin's coming up right behind him. I think Griffin's going to put the stop to this shenanigans. All right, looking over here, Pure Bay. Pure is getting taken down pretty hardcore right now by Kids' conditions. Pure is going to probably drop.
And again, both these points are getting we may actually, does it look like mid will get decapped? Actually, from what I'm seeing at the minimap, it doesn't look like but Miralax is unfortunately really getting countered here. I don't think Miralax is going to be able to ninja the Lord because Griffin is on him, really aggressing him pretty well. Miralax actually has to use his Shadow Refuge there.
He's not doing a lot of damage to Griffin right now. He's just trying to take those NPCs out. He's got both the soldier both the mage NPCs down. He's got the 2 soldier ones left, or pardon me, the other way around. He's got both of the soldier NPCs down. 2 of the mage ones are still up right now.
Skovex, pretty much everyone's moving into this Lord now. Skovex and Miralax are going to engage this Lord. I'm going to jump over to the point of view so I can call the point of health. The Lord has now been engaged. His health's ticking down. 8 stacks of bleeds are on him as well as a blind, down to about 90% health. They really need to be doing more damage. Blue team not really pulling out the damage they need. Red Lord has been healed already, back to full health. They need to pull this play out quickly if JBU wants this.
They got 13 points for red team to make this happen. They are ticking points away right now because they do have Graveyard.
11 stacks of bleeds. There's a lot of conditions on the Lord, but it seems that Bam is counting this pretty nicely. They've only got about 10 seconds or 5 seconds now left to do this. It's about 50% off, 40% health, and it doesn't look like they're going to do it in time. Red Lord did not go down, and Team Bam is going to take the second round.
Very, very nice game, though.
Very nice game indeed.
Had they gone in just a little bit sooner, not sent Miralax in alone by himself to face Griffin and the NPCs, I think they might have been able to pull it out.
And yeah. So we are going to be moving into round 3 now, guys. Hype.
Oh my god, we're moving into a 3rd game. Alright, let me update the overlays here before I get yelled at. Oh, overlays are updated. Again, so I guess we'll talk about the secondary map objectives because we haven't really. I don't think we've had that many. Have we had any games on this today?
We've had 1. I think we casted here.
Okay, all right. So this is Battle of Kylo. The objectives on this map are a little bit different. It's still conquest, so you still go for the cap points. What we're going to be looking at though is we have 2 trebs on the map, 1 for each team. You can assign a player to use those trebs, and you can sling fireballs of death across the map and do huge damage. They will knock the players back as well, and the effect is AoE. It's huge. It is a skill-based attack, though. You have to aim it and then guess when it launches. It's not hard to use, I wouldn't say, but it definitely requires a little bit more skill than I guess you would guess. But anyways, very interesting mechanic. The main thing that you have to take into account here when you're looking at the strategy is that do you want to leave one of your teammates on Treb and make your fights 4v5 on the map with the Treb support? Do you want to leave their Treb up and just kind of time your dodge rolls and avoid it? It really just depends if you want to actually use your Treb or just avoid it completely altogether.
Yeah. It definitely comes into a lot of it comes down to the team comp. A lot of the tankier comps and all of the damage will sort of rely a little bit more on the Trev because they're able to throw that in there and get that extra damage they need to tip the fight into their favor. Meanwhile, other teams with the damage comp actually sometimes choose to ignore it because they feel their security in the fact that they can knock out the tankier comps. So it comes into play a lot. Sometimes we'll see both teams use it at the beginning. Sometimes we'll see no teams use it at the beginning and completely ignore it for the entire duration of the fight. So it's going to be interesting to see. Let's give the teams a go ahead as soon as they're ready, and we'll get this going. Hype.
Hype. Hype. Let's get this
Esports.
going. Is that adequate?
Yeah, good enough.
All right. So again, this is the winner of this match will move onwards. I guess we are waiting for these players to ready up. I will show the brackets here just shortly. Let's see if they are updated. It's going to show these momentarily. Let me know when the game starts, Blue. So we do have Doesn't Matter moved on into the finals. And then the winner of this game, the winner of the game that we're looking at right now, DPS IRL or JBUL will move on into the finals for a chance at winning part of the $500 prize pool.
Yes, they will. All right. So it's going to be, again.
I don't think anyone expected these games to go this way.
I don't think they did either. I mean,
I think we were right in the AL fan train, man. I think we were like, oh, I'm gonna give AL the money. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm actually impressed. Like, I'm really glad that there's teams out there that are able to put stop to it.
JBUO is I mean, JBUO is an old name, but other than that, all these teams are brand new.
Mm-hmm.
None of these were in this last week, I don't believe. And yet, so it's really interesting to see that even some of these favorites here, Booty Bakery was somewhat of a favorite, but Absolute Legends still managed to overcome them. Team PZ, definitely a favorite. They got 2-0'd. They were knocked out, as well as SOAC, definitely a big name there. And again, 2-0'd. So a lot of the big names that people were expecting to move on into the semifinals and the finals were actually knocked out in the first round, surprisingly enough. So it's going to be very interesting to see who takes this final. The final itself, I can't tell you in all honesty.
I think it's honestly anyone's game. And again, we haven't seen much play on this map, really at all, especially today.
This would be the second one that would have been on this. The only other one that we saw on this map was when Absolute Legends took on Booty Baker on this map in the first set. But the match is getting started.
One thing before we go into this, I will say that this map does not have a super clutch mechanic to it. It's not going to be like the bosses on the first round or the Lord on the second round. You're not going to have those potential crazy comebacks. It's going to be a battle of attrition. You need to set yourself up early for a win.
Yes, you do. Let's see how Swiftness being thrown out like crazy amounts here. A minute and a half of Swiftness for JVUO, actually, because they have that dual Ellie. They're going to throw that out, and let's see where the splits are going.
Seeing a lot of players push far again.
It looks to be that way. No, it looks like they're actually going to wrap around for mid.
H-Man having trouble with the crates here. Decides he gets defeated by the crates. He's actually going to go around here. Moving over to Pure Bay. He's actually up on the ledge here. Going to break those windows, and I guess they're going to contest mid.
Yeah, both teams will be moving into mid, so we're going to have your pretty standard team fight. We do have two members of the blue team, actually, two members of the blue team choosing to counter Griffin here, who is trying to kill their Treb before they can use it. Interesting choice having two members to defend the Treb. You don't usually see that sort of thing.
Well, JBO is like 6 months behind in the meta, so...
Ouch!
No, that's from their mouth, man. Anyways, Khan does get Moed here at mid, getting trained, got a ton of Connies on him. They're actually going to push off point and try to take him down. They're going to get him down, no problem here. Khan's going to get stomped out, making that fight, Oh, actually, I take that back. The Refuge from Marax coming in, getting the res off. Very nice play, preventing the stomp.
Nicely done indeed. And look, however, in that meantime, the red team did manage to take the middle point. They have that in their favor now, but they also lost Windmill, so it was a bit of a trade-off there. They got the mid point, but they lost their close point because they had to devote so many resources to it.
Kind of an interesting matchup here. We have Ellen Harry versus Purebez. Sko actually lands at crazy burning speed. I think that was 4.3k from that burning speed, chunking Airy down so hard. They're going to get the stomp out from here just shortly. H-Man's actually rolling in right now. He's got the Signet res. He's going to pop it. He's going to get the res. Oh! Airy actually teleports out of the res! Oh my goodness! Oh, you could. I know they're yelling in chat right now. They're yelling at each other.
A terrible mistake. That's a 180-second cooldown now, and H-Man will go down because of that. Terrible mistake on BAM's part. It's really going to throw this fight away from their favorite, and JBUL is more than likely going to defend this point successfully.
Oh man, that happens all the time. So, oh no.
Terrible mistake on Team BAM's part. It's really going to hurt them now. They could have brought that fight back if they had gotten him up, but because they did not, They did actually get him up still, but H-Man was brought down because of the terrible mistake. And Skovax is going to take a lot of damage. Now look at those conditions. That condition peel coming off, actually, from H-Man as he has come back to this point now. We did have the points flip, actually. We are, again, there's a lot of decaps going on the side here. Vendetta just decap Mansion, but we did have a flip-flop. Clock Tower was retaken by Blue Team, by Miralax, actually. In this matchup, I'm seeing this a lot. The Guardians aren't staying on midpoint. What do you think about that?
Oh, you can't. You got to rotate. You can't let yourself just get DK. Oh, actually, we need to mention this. JBO landing a 3-cap right now.
Yeah.
They have all 3 points. It's very interesting. I guess the problem with leaving mid on the Guardians is you do leave yourself open for that back cap, but you need to make sure that you can support in these fights. You need to make that judgment call with your team. Like, do I leave mid right now? Do I stay? Do we risk running 4v5 somewhere else in the map?
And it seems to right now be working out pretty nicely for JBO. They did lose their 3-cap there, but they had it going for a while, which is going to put them at a pretty hefty advantage. 132 points, 133 points now. This is only 69 that Team BAM has. And remember, this is for the semifinals.
Yeah, winner of this match goes to the finals for the chance to win fabulous prizes. Monies. All right, they do have Pure down at mid. Da Vinci capping the point, and it looks like
is also down over at the windmill as well. So JBU is going to regain control over that. JBU will have control both side points.
All right, over here on windmill we have Khan camping out, watching Ellie bleed out. Over here on Mansion, they do get the decap. It's going to be Vendetta versus Griffin and Happy Kid. We have H-Man coming in with Miralax and Skovax. He's actually going to tip the favor in terms of JBO, I believe.
Now, Happy Kid's both somewhat interesting. He's running let me open that up real quick. Let's talk about him.
H-Man getting chunked out. Actually, heel gets interrupted. H-Man chunked down. They're going to go in for the stomp. Vendetta gets the frenzy stomp on H-Man, tipping the fight into JBO's favor. Bam's going to disengage and try to peel off and try to avoid dying anymore. Da Vinci's going to come in and try to keep the point neutralized. Doing a pretty good job so far. He'll be able to sit there for a pretty good amount of time. They do get Happy Kid down. Miralax going in for the stomp. Oh, lands it just in time. Very nice on Miralax's part, putting that blind field down and missing the pull from the engineer. Very good play.
Very good play indeed. It's definitely going to throw JBU on top here in terms of kills and whatnot. Actually, Mansion was decapped in favor of Team BAM. Team JBU was holding it, and unfortunately, I think Da Vinci beat out Vendetta in knockbacks.
Khan got mowed over here versus Elinari. Miralax comes in and is going to try to land some counterburst on him. Elinari was not able to take advantage of that Moa, unfortunately. Kind of a wasted cooldown. I think he's going to drop here just shortly to Miralax as well. He does go down. There's going to be a secured point there for JBUO. We do have H-Man coming in, but I think H-Man coming in at this point is going to be a bad decision considering they have control here and Miralax.
H-Necro actually tried to come in there again to use that Signet of Undeath, but he was interrupted there as Control came in with a knockback. A nice play by Control.
Now H-Man's kind of caught out here. He's getting some damage put on him by Pure Bay. And unfortunately, like I mentioned before, no disengage on that Necro means he's going to get trained down until he finds where he wants to go. He is getting chunked down pretty hardcore by Miralax and Pure right now. Dying out in Rhodes is not a good plan.
Unfortunately, with him being a Necro, as we've discussed this many times today, they don't really have no ability needed to escape these kinds of situations. They need to rely a lot on their teammates in order to successfully escape from any sort of this situation. And unfortunately, he did not have any teammates around in order to do that successfully.
Da Vinci dropping down right. Da Vinci goes down here. Happy's going to kind of try to come in for the res. Da Vinci did put a ring down beforehand, preventing Vendetta from coming in for the stomp. Da Vinci's going to go down. There's no way. Vendetta might go down here to the Condis as payment. Gets his heal off.
No!
It gets his heal off, and the Condis are cleansed. He does have 17 stacks of... I take that back. These stacks have been cleansed.
He used the Signet of Renewal in order to get those off, so nice play by him getting those out. He's actually going to pull out his Nature Spirit here, possibly to res some of his teammates. Once he goes down, maybe a preemptive going down by his own fault. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like it was needed that much there.
Happy Kid did go down off a point, unfortunately, for Team BAM. Looks like H is going to push back in and try to take Khan out again.
Jumping over to his point of view. And again, H-Man has really having not a lot of mobility. He could take down Control here with the correct chain of his abilities here, but it doesn't seem like he's able to do that as well as he should be.
He's going to have to soften him up for a little bit.
Yeah.
We're starting to see it stack up here. I think we had about 8 stack of bleeds there, but it did get cleansed passively. I'm pretty sure that was from his purity trait.
We do have JBUO coming in, as well as more members of BAM to reinforce here. So it's going to again turn into a team fight. Control is unfortunately already down. Skovax is within a sanctuary here. He's going to res it. No, and Control will be knocked out of the sanctuary. It's really going to hurt them there. Skovax will be moving in to try and res, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be in a good position to res.
Very nice play by Da Vinci getting them out of there.
Yeah, excellent play. Skovax is also down now. Control's been knocked out. Purebuzz getting low as well because he's attempting to res Skovax. It's really going to hurt them. It's not well, and I really think Purebuzz should just be trying to get out of there now. Let them have that point. Move to mid or some other point. We also have Trev shots coming in favor of blue team. Well, maybe that's why he's choosing to stay on the point. Skovax down. Purebuzz still in this, and we do have Trev shots incoming now. They're a little bit off points. They're not the most reliable Trev shots.
Yeah,
he's still in this fighting.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think Pure staying on point is probably a good idea. He does have the point in his favor right now. He is very bunkery. He's running that Cleric's Amulet bunker build with Scepter Dagger. I think he can hold his point off for a very long time. Actually, he's going to get feared off, and the Sync is going to prevent him to actually get the decap.
Oof.
Very nice, but they did net them, I would say, an additional 10 points or so, just having Pure stay on point.
Yeah.
They do have 3 there now, though, so he's probably going to go down on this point. Let's check out Da Vinci here. And Da Vinci's getting ready for going for the stomp here. There we go.
He'll go down. They will dodge that Trev shot. They'll take Pure and knock him off the point, actually. He's going to use his misform and try to get back on. Yes, he will get on there successfully. And and a knockback there, so he's going to hold that for quite a few more seconds in contention.
All right, so it looks like we have Bam with 1 cap point right now. They should stand to get another one here just shortly.
No, they're actually going to lose
decap
mid.
on mid,
Yeah, Griffin's under a lot of pressure here in the middle. He does have trap shots incoming against his favor. He's actually going to peel off here, move away from that, and actually go right for the counter trap here. H-Man's Necro will be hanging out up on the catwalk here, sort of just throwing in his abilities from the ledge.
Ooh, Khan doing an awesome job over here, just zoning Ellen off of the point. Doing a very nice job. Unfortunately, does not get the full cap on it, but still, with the chain banish, with the Sanctuary, and then the ring, keeping Ellen Airy off the point for a very, very long amount of time. Unfortunately, Khan is taking a ton of damage right now from Happy Kid and Ellen Airy's combined burst.
Khan is unfortunately going to go down here within the next few seconds. He'll be taken out. And JBU will
Ooh, the res actually is coming up from Pure Bay. Is he going to get it off? He gets the res on Khan. Very nice play by Pure, but Khan is taking a ton of damage right now. He's got a lot of confusion on him. Goes down.
And it seems that Pure Bay... No, Skovax will come in here as well for the res. JB, who's also down over there. H-Necro was just res with an illusion of life. He still does have his Signet of Undeath, so if anyone on his team does, he does have that utility available. But he himself needs to get a kill within the next 5 seconds if he wants to keep himself alive.
Skovax getting very, very low.
And no, H-Man will actually get taken out before it even expires, which means he's going to be completely out. He won't even go into the down state. He's going to be knocked out of that fight. Team JBU is currently up 376 points, only 123 points needed now for them to win. Meanwhile, Team BAM is still about 200 points away.
Very nice job by Khan actually interrupting the stomp and letting Happy Kid bleed out here. Very good move. They're going to let him probably add another extra 10-15 seconds to his res time, keeping him off the map for that much longer. Over here at mid, Da Vinci's taking a ton of damage. A lot of his cooldowns are down. He's got some coming up right now, but I don't know if it's going to be quite enough. He actually gets taken out pretty quickly there. So I think JBO is going to get a full cap here on mid just shortly.
Yeah, and JBU will also come in here because they just took out Little Da Vinci with a quickness stomp there, actually. However, Griffin's still holding on pretty strong here.
Well, yeah, I take that back. We do see H-Man and Griffin into the point.
Yeah, H-Man probably not the best position for him. He does have these marks, and his cooldowns are still up. Again, I don't really agree. I never agree with the Necros being on point. They should, in my opinion, always be standing off point unless it's absolutely necessary to get a stomp or a res off or something, because they are probably one of the squishiest characters in the game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And H-Man definitely paying for it. He's so low right now. He's got about 8 seconds left before he can heal up again and try to get back in this fight. Vendetta's actually going to push off of point and try to train down H-Man. See, he's got about... Oh, heals should come up here just momentarily. Gets the heals off. His health pool still is really low right now. He's going to have to try to get away. Vendetta actually opting to move over towards Mansion as well.
We do have a 1v1 over here at Windmill. Little Da Vinci's taking on Skovax right now. Little Da Vinci actually just had a really nice block against Skovax's Earthquake.
Ooh, Khan getting taken down pretty low. He had a ton of Connies on him. Goes down inside of his Sanctuary. Vendetta's actually going to get the res up on him. Oh, possibly.
Not yet.
Come on. So close.
Sanctuary's expired means a lot of damage is going to come on to Khan, but they will get the res off. Nice job. Nice job by Vendetta.
That was a really good sync by Khan on himself, and then obviously, like you said, Vendetta going in for that res and getting it even when he was pulled off. Very clutch play.
Channeling Light of Deliverance, and he will get it off. Nice job. They're going to get that off to completely turn that fight, reset the fight for them. He managed to get that Light of Deliverance off and save his team there from certain fate, even with the Treb being shot at. And he also has the Treb coming in his favor now, so they completely turn that fight around. Nice job by Control.
H-Man goes down on point with Pure Bay and Skovax. Da Vinci goes in for the res. Looks like he's going to get it off, no problem. H-Man's still in it.
Yeah, H-Man's still in it. He's holding strong despite being generally the focus target 9 times out of 10 here for Team JBUO. Keep in mind, guys, JBUO only 30 points away from victory moving on into the finals. However, Team BAM is slowly coming back here. If they manage to hold decamps for long enough, they may still get a chance to move in here. It's going to be a slim chance, but if they could do it, they could still come back.
Ooh, H-Man taking a ton of damage. There we go. Scove actually comes in with the burning speed, takes him down. Da Vinci's going to go in for the res, see if they can get it off on him. Oh, come on, Da Vinci, get it. Purba. Oh, he knocks Purba off of the stomp. Very nice play. The counter updraft goes out for Purba, knocking Da Vinci off.
And Necro will be out. Da Vinci is too low to counter this. He's probably going to go down within the next few seconds here as well. He's going to use his Ring of Warding to get that away, but he's still going to go down using his knockbacks. GGs were just called. They're going to give the win to Team JBUO, and JBUO is your second finalist, guys. Congratulations to JBUO.
Really good game. A really good game.
Very convenient.
A lot of really clutch plays coming out. A lot of things that can be improved on for these teams.
Yeah.
Very good game.